let's see the quick demo of how to fine tune in custom LLM using Unsloth. So these are a step actually we need to follow. This is actually all that things actually all that step we just prepare over here. And here that one step where actually we just compare before and after. So whatever that train that model, so before and after we just get that comparison so that we can ensure okay this is the correct output. And later on we just convert that model load adapter into a GGUF file, and then also we have tested over here. So based on that llama.cpp, so they just provide and load that model and get that answer. So that we will trying to build over here. So before we start implementation, so I'm especially recommend, so if you first time visit my channel, this is real world devs, and here I'm recommend one session which is this. So this is actually we just used previously where I can learn how we can create our own LLM model. So once you go through over this, so definitely you get some idea how actually LLM is work and how we can starting up that point. So apart from this, if you want to learn AI, full stack, game development, cloud, mobile, and front end, back end as a full stack development and all, so you can learn many things over. Let's moving to start implementations. So first of all, before we start coding, we have to go through like how we have to proceed with this custom LLM using Unsloth. So here that steps actually we need to follow. So first step actually we have to install all that libraries. Then second step actually we have to set the tiny chat dataset. Then third step actually we have to load base model, which is Coin 3 2.5 or other also. And then step 4 actually we have to load that base model in quantization 4-bit, and then format with the chat template in the next steps. And then other steps actually attach load adapters over here. And then whatever that actually completed, then we have to train the data. So the data train also we using currently is a 30 steps, but yeah, later on we will do more. And then finally save into load adapter. And once you save on a load adapter, then we can just that we can verify over here like what that previously the result before customize that LLM, and after customize the LLM what is that new response on that. So we will just compare both in the step 8. And then in the last step, now step 2, which called the deployment. So whatever we have that create load adapter and we just convert into that GGUF file which will run using llama.cpp to get that response over here. So that part actually the deployment which we can use locally as well as any Google Colab or another environment. So yeah, these are steps we need to follow to build this custom LLM and fine tuning using Unsloth. So let's moving to start. So here actually I just create a new Google Colab notebook over here. So simply you have to log in with your account which is Google account, and then create a new notebook. That's it. Okay, so once you do that, so you will see over here this is that cells and this is that code section. And before proceed also we have to make sure here that which you have just connected over here. So if you go over here, change the runtime, and then here see if you first time open it, so definitely it will be just CPU, but we will go to that GPU, and this GPU actually almost 15 GB free GPU they will providing over here, and save it. So once you're done, now you notice the T4 GPU is connected over here. That's it. Okay, so once you're done, now we can start our installation, that all the steps, and then proceed that. So first step actually we have to install all that libraries. So this is the library. So yeah, let me just continue this and then I'll just explain what are the libraries. So yeah, basically we are using Unsloth. Unsloth basically use the LoRA plus 4-bit quantization loading, and then we using the datasets. This datasets also actually that using data handling, and then we using the transformers and TRL which is helps to training and all, and then other all that library which will handle GPU training and quantizations. So yeah, these are library actually needed for this prerequisition. So yeah, let's wait to complete that. So once all that required package got installed, so you notice over here it show you as a green tick. That means it's all completed, and also that you can just ensure over here everything is successful and complete. So once you're done, now first step got complete. Now we have to moving the next steps. So for next steps we can simply create this another code cells over here so that we can differentiate and we can just keep it separate all that steps. So now second step actually we have to create a tiny data sets. So for that I can just use this tiny data sets over here, and this is that actually we have just prepared our data sets where we can just use systems content, then user content, and then assistants. So using this combination we will prepare a data set, and also we have to set this max sequence length. So as of now we'll just set this max sequence length over here, but yeah, later on if you increase, and also definitely we can increase that. Simply execute that step 2. So step 2 also got completed, as I can see the green tick, and this is that output also. So this is that output, that 2x faster free fine tuning over here, right? And yeah, then we can just move to next steps, which is a load base model with 4-bit quantization. Okay, so that actually we can just use this line of code here. So here what we're trying to do, simply we just use Unsloth and this Coin 3 2.5 instruction model, which is actually the base model which we're trying to load over here. And also this load we have that two settings. One is that max sequence length settings, which is context window used for training, which we just defined over here 2048, right? And then other one is load in 4-bit quantization. So yeah, as of now we just set actually based on our VRAM. So whatever VRAM we have, so actually we can use 4-bit, 8-bit, and 16-bit. So as of now that free Google Colab provide 16 GB or 15 GB, right? So I think this is enough for demo. I think we are good with that. But yeah, if you have more VRAM in your system and also you can just increase that. That's it. Okay, so once you're done, now we can just execute that also. Now this step also got completed. Now moving to next step. So again just create another cell over here and just copy this code, and this code basically we have format data with the chat template, right? So here's how actually we have to proceed. Like for example, let me just continue this and then I'll just explain. So first method actually we're just trying to use this one, which is apply apply chat template, and this apply chat template actually turn each message list into a single plain text strings. That is exactly how the model learn to see conversation during the training. And another method, we just use the dataset.map, apply that formatting to every example, producing a new column text that SFTTrainer will be use this trainer input. Okay, so yeah, that's how now it's completed. Now moving to next one, which is attach LoRa adapter. So in this attach LoRa adapter, we have to attach all that model in this LoRa adapter, and here simply you can just execute that, and here you can just very important part over here. So what is LoRa over here? So basically I'll just give you some little bit overview over here. LoRa actually low rank adaptation, adapters to the attention Q, KV, QO project and MLP, GitHub down project layers. So these are actually we are doing in this LoRa, and also we just training the data over here, which is LoRa alpha 16 over here, which is a scaling factor of learning strength. Okay, and then also we are using over here use gradient checkpointing over here, which using Unsloth actually trade a little compute for big memory saving. Okay, so these are settings actually we have done over here, and then moving to next steps, which is called setup and run the trainer. So here finally we just set up and train that model finally over here, right? So let me just execute. Actually this will take little time over here to train based on that your steps. So yeah, we just set that some steps which can run 30 gradient steps demo, and also we just use some pre-device train and batch size 2 and 4, which is actually effective batch size of 8 on limited VRAM. Okay, and then learn rate and 2e minus 4, which is a standard LoRa learning rate over here, and then one last one actually uptime. So this uptime actually 8-bit optimization, big memory saving over here. So these are setting actually we are just configured over here, and yeah, now they just start over here. Now see, they just train all the 30 step over here. So let's complete that. Now this step also got completed over here. Now scroll down, and this is that output actually. So see, this is that they just provide that output. That is fine. Now we are moving to next step, which is actually this whatever this train, right? So now we have to save it in our LoRa adapter, not a full model, just whatever we train, right? So that we will just keep it over here, right? So yeah, let me just create another cell, which is this, and over here save LoRa adapter weight and tokenizers. So simply I can just execute this, and this is our new LoRa adapter name, which is Q5T LoRa, and this is just adapter LoRa adapter, right? So this is not a full model. So later on actually we will just merge to this our main model base model to this LoRa adapter model as well, right? So now we are good. Now we have to test it, like whatever we just prepare, right? This LoRa adapter we have to test it. So now next steps actually we have to test. Now go to here, now create another cell, and here I'll just prepare simple program where I can just retrieve this LoRa adapter, and just based on that actually we can just get that answer, right? So now currently I'm just provide this input over here, like role system, your helpful compute e-commerce customer, and this is, and then what is that prompt? Prompt is can I return an item after 40 days, and what is that response? Actually it should be get that response based on this over here. So this is that our prompt, right? And this is that our answer. So as per new LoRa adapter which we just trained, we should get this answer, and the old the base model, that should be a different answer. Okay, so that we have to compare over. So that's how actually we just prepare over here, and here we just simply generate reply. So load that model tokenizer and enable that optimization interface, and that format message as a dictionary, and then generate response using that input attention over here, and then calculation that prompt, and generate tokens, and then finally run that comparison. So here we just compare based on that base model. So this is that my base model, and this is my LoRa adapter which is we trained just over here, right? And now this is this output we just printed before and after. Okay, simply execute that. Now this also got completed, and this is that output over here, the details over here, and then we can see this is that output over here, and that is also differences. Also we can find the differences. So first let me check that before one. So this is that before answer. So yeah, that same question but they differently answer. You can return an item 40 days if it is an original condition, and with all the tag attached, please check the product page and all. So this is that the random answer which is provide this base model, but this is that our train answer. So what that answer over here? So let me check that. Okay, so our standard return window is 30 days, which is correct. If you want to items defected, so please share the details and all. So yeah, that we can check also, like it is 30 days or not. So if you go to our data set, so yeah, if I just ask can I return the 40 days, so yeah, our standard output is 30 days, and yeah, this is the same actually. So that's how actually we can train our custom model, custom LLM actually, and we can use it. Okay, so these are that completed, and now let me open it again. So now this first section actually got completed where I just prepare, trained, and just test comparison of before and after. Okay, and now this is that another part where we just try to deploy it. Okay, so this deployment actually basically whatever this LoRa adapter we just created, right? So that we will to convert into our GGUF file, and that we will run it to our local or anywhere in your environment using the GGUF in our llama.cpp. Okay, so for that we have to need some other steps, right? So simply I can just go with that another step. So first we will just build a LLM CCP CMake, right? So we have to just clone some few dependencies over here. So let me just copy copy these dependencies over here. Yeah, so these are dependencies. Actually, first we have to clone that llama CCP and install all that prerequisition. So simply I can just run it. So now this step also got completed, but one warning I can see over here, which is look like whatever existing transformer actually be initially some package we installed, right? So again we trying to install, so they are asking to just restore and all. But yeah, don't restore or don't restart actually this Colab. So if you restart, definitely will lose whatever you have done, right? So again you have to execute one by one then, right? So don't do that. Simply you can just cancel it, and whatever we required actually they just accept this warning. All other package actually got installed. So that's it. Actually we just simply clone it, and whatever prerequisition on this requirement file they will install. That is enough. Okay, so once you're done, now let me just create another cell where I just install CC++ runtime for these binaries like LLM, llama CCP and llama server, so we can run in a GGUF model efficiently on this machine. Okay, so for that actually simply I can just copy some dependencies over here, like for example this, right? So yeah, basically we just create a directory, and also we create a CMake over here and just install everything on this particular directory. Okay, and also build this llama CCP and execute that. So finally I can see this also got completed, but yeah, definitely this step actually will take little time. So as of now you can see it just complete 1 to 100%. So yeah, it is take little longer time, and yeah, that is done. So once you're done, now go back to here, now create another cells, and in here now next actually we have to merge LoRA adapter into a base model. So now we just adapt, right? So for that what I need to do, simply I can use this line of code where I can just use say pre-trained merge, and this say pre-trained merge actually mathematically fold the LoRA bits into a base model, producing on complete standalone model. So no separate adapter file needed over here. So that's how actually it will save it, and once you save, now we'll convert to next. Okay, so let me just execute that here. Now this trying to download and save it. So yeah, now need to wait to complete them. Now this step also got completed, and I can see they just save into my directory. This is the directory actually they save it. So if you go to this directory over here, now this is that actually merge and save it. Okay, so still it is not a GGUF file, right? So this is the LoRA adapter file. So what I'll do, so next step actually we need to convert this merge directory or this merge data into a GGUF format. Okay, so that we are trying to do over here. Next step, so go to here and go to that new cells, create a new cells, and in the new cells we have to use this line of code where we just convert it. Okay, so that original we have to use this, right, and conversion using this, and this is our this locations where we just use it over here to convert our GGUF file. So here my file name we just defined over here, and this is our inspect some configuration file. So we just configured over here, and this is that finally we utilize that convert SF to GGUF py. So this is that file actually in build of Hugging Face is available in the Hugging Face. So where we are responsible to convert to GGUF file our current adapter file. Okay, so that's how actually if you want you can just check it over here itself. Let's see, llama CCP got installed, and if you scroll down, so this is that file actually. So this file actually helped to convert in GGUF file. So now we can just simply convert it to execute that. So here this is starting to writing GGUF file. So yeah, it will be create almost 3.1 GB file over here. So yeah, now we have to wait to complete, and once complete definitely it will be available in this directory itself. So now see, I'm able to see this is that GGUF file got created, but yeah, still they are writing. So yeah, once complete then we can utilize this GGUF file. Now this step also got complete, and also it is still model converted to GGUF format Q2. This is file, and this file also is available over here. Okay, so now simply we can just download over here, and we can utilize in our local system as well. But we will trying to use itself over here, and later on actually we will try to this in our upcoming session. But now I'll just create another steps which will just verify the GGUF file is working correctly or not. Okay, so for that simply I can just utilize this code. So this is the prompt actually where I'm just asking, okay, how or can I return item after 40 days? I think same question, so that we can ensure okay this is correct output or not. And then here we can just save it to over here, and then we can just get load our that same GGUF file model using that llama CLI, and then we can just get that answer. Okay, so yeah, simply I can just execute that. Now CLI got loaded over here with this F type F15 and also whatever models. So now I can see this is that our model name, and here they just ask our questions over here. They just ask, and also I got that answer over here. See, this is that same answer which are in our data set. Like in this current window we have that 30 days only, right? And this is nicely also provided how much prompt we are using token per second, and generation actually will take the time. So this is nice. And also not only this, now this llama CCP actually CPP over here actually we can ask that another all that question to verify. So yeah, let me go up and take it another question. For example, I can take this. I was changed twice for my order, so I'll just take this question and simply paste and hit enter. So once you hit enter, now this is my question and this is my answer. See, this is same answer actually whatever our data set we just trained, and how quickly actually we generate. Yeah, now we are good, and yeah, that we can match also. So if you go up, yeah, see that same answer they just reproduce. So yeah, sorry, this is the trouble. Please share your order number so that we can review and payment over here, right? So yeah, that is pretty much good, right, for this trained your model and custom model using Unsloth. And yeah, that all that steps. So yeah, don't worry, that all that step actually I'll just provide in my GitHub link. So yeah, this is my GitHub link here. This is the repository name. I'll just provide, and this I just prepare everything over here, like what are the steps actually we need to follow, how actually working flow over here, and that all the steps properly. And this is that file where you can just utilize, simply you can just run it in your Google Colab step by step. That's it. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, it can be loaded. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, these are all the steps. So yeah, you can just use this file and run it. So till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.